Songs that I made in my bedroom and shit. We'll finally get a nigga leg room and whip. Yeah, cold world make way for the chosen one. Ain't nobody else I'd rather be, not even Oprah's son. Mama youngest getting paper like the oldest one. We living better, guess God felt the oldest one. Closets barely had no clothes enough. So you throw my niggas in hoopies, bet we still bag hoes enough. These niggas get a heart and soul to them. I wonder if they know we dove in them. Ass fat, so I pinch her like a Doberman. Run up on a politicking like he Foberman.
Yo, what's good, Mark? What's good, Batty? Let's get a better mate. Thanks for doing the stuff. No problem, no problem. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. This is really what I do. I've been doing like little like breakdowns, like y'all be seeing me do, on my own since I was like in high school. It wasn't, of course, as smooth and as like fluent and fluid as well as I do it now, but it's a work in progress and it got me to where I am now. But this is all just fun to me, and because it helps you get better. So, you know what I'm saying? I do this damn near 3-4 times a week. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Let me make sure I get this up on Instagram as well. And if y'all got any questions before this breakdown start, drop it right now. I may answer some questions afterwards and start the breakdown earlier. So regardless, if y'all got any questions, let me know. Let me get this Instagram post up right quick. Let me find a clip. Nah. Let's go. Where is this clip at? Let's go right here. Let's go right here. Hold on. Yo, what's good, Jordan? What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, so I got that together. I'm not gonna post it quite yet, but I'm gonna leave it there. So let's talk about this game right quick. And before we even talk about this game, let me turn on my damn fan because it's hot as shit. So first things first. The breakdown, all the clips I got are just pure gems, right? But I want to talk about a couple things that I seen in the game, but I didn't want to waste my time on pulling the clips from, which is particularly that dude Joel. Joel Embiid is bugging. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what he's thinking. Probably overthinking. And he's just got himself in a spot where I'm like, yo, what is Buddy doing out there? Bam is playing better than him. Bam is playing better. And I think the main reason as to why he's not doing what he should do is because he thinks he has to take a step back. I don't think people realize that if you're going to get into an atmosphere of all these egos, of course you got to check it when you get to the door. But when you get onto the floor, and you still got to remember what you're capable of doing. At all times, it doesn't matter who you're with, right? And so you see there'll be certain players that'll stand out and certain players that'll begin to take a back seat. And so when you begin to have these players with such high egos and great skill level, we see who's really like that and who really steps up in moments like this. And so KD and Brown are still some of the top players in the NBA. A lot of people want to go away from that, but it's the truth. How did you change your jump shot? Well, my issue was my thumb flick. I'm gonna make a whole video like with like the drills and all the little stuff and all the things I told myself, but my issue was my thumb flick. I know a lot of y'all have that because y'all don't have strength to shoot a shot from deep, and yet y'all keep shooting threes. And so you begin to use a thumb flick, and so you begin to have that into your mechanics. And what it will do is that it will cause you to miss a lot of shots to the left and to the right just because there's another variable. You lack a level of control from your guide hand. Like, it's not even really guiding at this point. It's really there, and it's like it's another source of power, and it really shouldn't be that. It should just be control so you could use this to shoot the ball and get it to the rim. And so what I did, I retaught myself how to shoot. Meaning I went back to do form shooting for probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight. And after that, I was like, okay, the furthest I would go would be like 15-foot middies. 15-foot middies, and sometimes those would be form shots from 15 feet, where I'm still just starting my base, going up and mastering and getting used to not using this as a power source for my jump shot. And so the reason a lot of y'all can't fix your jump shot is because you lack the patience to then even be able to fix the jump shot in itself. So what it's going to take is for you to literally get humble for a second, right? Get humble for a second. Become a kid and tell yourself, okay, I need to fix this problem, and I have to fix it from a neurological level where I have to change my muscle memory. I have to change what I think. I have to change my body's innate behaviors. And then as you continue to do that form shooting stuff, it'll all go away. But a lot of y'all are like, okay, I want to go change my jump shot. And what happens is that you go straight to the 3-point line and try to shoot with your new form. But it's not going to work like that. It took me probably like 3 to 4 weeks of form shooting and shooting middies to actually be able to go and shoot a 3 and like actually be around 70%, like around the range I used to shoot it at with my thumb push. And so it takes time. It just takes time. Simple as that. It takes time. But a lot of people want to expedite the process, and yeah, they don't never get to actually fix their jump shot. South Sudan, such a good team to play against in the pre-Olympics. I was gonna try to watch the South Sudan game, but like the timing of it and when I was streaming, I couldn't like match it up. But U.S. is gonna play him again, so we'll see what happens then. When I drive left and my defender cuts me off, then I bump and go for a step back going left. I realize becoming effective now. Do you think I should practice that move more? If you need it in real game scenarios, not just a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-2, but when you're playing 5-on-5, I would say, yeah, rep it out. Or, like, yeah, get some reps in on it. Like, if you see yourself in that spot very often. And it's usually that simple, where you got to reflect on where you see yourself in a game, in real 5-on-5 situations. And you're like, okay, how could I be able to take advantage of this spot that I got myself in? What's the most simple thing I could add in right here to then allow me to be a threat at this spot? But a lot of people begin to take like a backwards approach and think what they want and try to get there instead of realizing where you are and then fixing it according to what you need for where you get to, instead of what you want according to where you want to get to. So that's probably the best way to improve and the fastest way to improve as well. So let me get this story post up. Let me get the story post. I haven't hit post quite yet. Let me get that. Boom. Hold on. Got that. Get that. And then we go in there. And then we go in there. Bet that. We about to start. We about to get started. About to get started bright and early. Earliest stream. Probably the second earliest stream I've ever had. Probably like the second earliest stream I've had before. What are the drills for ball handling? There's a lot of drills, and I really can't show you any drills particularly by me sitting down right here. Like, I have to go to the gym when I work out and record ball handling shit that I do. But I'm not in my ball handling season right now. And so a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be posting, like in terms of workouts, are going to be directly correlated to the shit that I'm working on. So you're going to see me post a lot about shooting right now. You're going to see me, when it comes down to lifting, posting workouts that will help enhance your ability to shoot by improving certain things that have to deal with your shoulders, dealing with all your different joints, different hinges, improving fluidity and control. So you'll see a lot of stuff on that. But yeah, ball handling though, I still know a shit ton about ball handling because I got my handle from a point where I couldn't bring the ball up and run a play to now I'm point guard damn near every single time I go and play a game. So I know a lot about it. The best thing I could pull from it and tell you now is freestyle dribbling. Subconscious dribbling is the best thing that helped me improve my handle because I already had control. I didn't have the strength and the pound to my dribble, right? Pace so much, but what unlocked my ability to even use the ball control that I had from all the times that I have dribbled was learning how to dribble without thinking about dribbling. So that was the best thing that I did. Yo, what's good? Anybody that just joined, what's good? What's good? If y'all got any questions, let me know. If y'all got any questions. I someone who knows ball, I think Kerr should bench Tatum next game for shits and giggles. What you mean bench Tatum next game for shits and giggles? He's already benched. KD came back, he lost his spot. What's good, 11 Hoops? What's good? But he already lost his spot. You say like he should get benched like it's like, oh, he just played 20 minutes. Like he just played 15 minutes. And that's the crazy thing too. He just won a chip, right? He just won a chip. And yet he ain't played a single minute in the Olympics. He ain't played a single minute. Derek White was in that joint. Devin Booker was in there. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy, but I ain't the coach. I was thinking though. I feel like Tatum and D Book are maybe interchangeable. Depends on what's going on. What's the matchups looking like? I think they may be the interchangeable pieces because you're not moving Braun or KD out that mug. So, how to work in the season? You just got to damn near keep it as simple as you do in the off season, unless you don't even know how to work in the off season. Unless you don't even know how to work there. Hold on, let me try to see if I can change the color to this. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Let me dim it down a little bit. All right, I'm gonna leave it like this. I got a new camera, by the way. I don't know if y'all peep, but it's a new camera. I bought a new camera because I'm about to start recording some new stuff. So I had to cop a new cam. How to work in the season? I would say, I'm gonna keep it this simple. Think about the things that you do in the game, the spots that you get to exactly, like where you are in a certain play, where your teammates like to drive, what direction they like to go, the certain spots you just may end up being in oftentimes, and work on that. Keep it that simple. Just work on that. You shouldn't be trying to be in season and work on a weakness that you're not going to use in the game, right? If it's in a spot as to which you're not going to see yourself in often, don't work on it in your practice because you need to be prepared for the next game you're going to play. And so you got to be prepared for all the spots that you're going to get into in the next game that you play. And so take the approach of getting better at what you find yourself being in, instead of thinking, all right, I can't really do this. This is the time for skill building, right? I'm completely raw and don't have the fundamentals when it comes down to ball handling. So let me work on ball handling in the season. No, that's for the off season. It's for the off season. And that's only if you really do need it. So work on the things that you're going to find yourself in. Work on the spots and the situations you're going to see yourself in. Trying to get over 10 points and still run the offense. What advice do you have for me? I mean, play your game. I don't want to say, oh, you got to every single time down the floor, you got to try to go look for a way to attack. I'll say this though: read the floor, look at the floor, look at everything that's going on. See gaps, see driving angles, opportunities to attack. And actually, as a matter of fact, just keep your eyes up. Just keep your eyes up. Don't dribble. Don't be running a play and only worried about who's in front of you. Just keep your eyes up. Because then you will see all the gaps that you need. You'll see if you have a shot. You'll see if a teammate is open. You'll see all the plays to make. Just keep your eyes up. Keep your eyes up. Don't sit here and be like, all right, I want to attack my defender. Let me just look at his top foot. And you go attack the top foot and you take 2 more dribbles and then you look up and then you're in front of 3 people. And it's like, oh shit, what do I do? Don't do that. Right? Don't be one of the people who do that. And that's usually what happens. People get so confined in the one-on-one play and attacking who's in front of them that they don't see the whole floor and realize I got to score against 5 defenders and not just 1. You got to score against the entire team. And now it's a completely different thing when you really do study the game and begin to realize, oh, I don't got to worry about that defender because he's on the strong side corner. I don't got to worry about that weak side defender because he's guarding a shooter. And then now I got this dunker spot down here and I may not even have to worry about that because we play they got a lot of wings, a lot of smaller guards. So even if I get to the rim, I can finish over him or through him, or I could use a floater. So I don't really have to regard that. I can just get to my float. Like, oh, now it's 2 people. Is he going to dig? Is he going to fully commit? How much is he committed? Right now, you know what I'm saying? It just makes things a lot easier when you know what to eliminate, but just keep your eyes up. Keep your eyes up. K has always been my favorite player since he got drafted. Yeah, KD gonna do KD. KD gonna hoop, bro. If there's a example of a hooper that should be in the dictionary, it should be Kevin Durant. It'd be like basketball player, hooper. Example, Kevin Durant. Like, he just play basketball, bro. He don't even got a wife. He don't got no kids. Like, yeah, that shit wild, bro. He's just a hooper, bro. He just hoop. Yo, what's good, Hanif? What's good, Chris? I play AAU. I haven't been playing basketball for not that long, but I'm pretty good. But I practice every day. But I don't know. It's the shot. I don't take the shots that I practice. Take the shots that you practice. You already know what you're doing wrong. Just shoot them. The thing is, you're probably scared to miss, and you're scared to break. You're scared to airball. You're scared of what people are gonna say back to you. But that's the only way you're gonna get better. Shoot the shots. You already know what to do. You just gotta overcome the fear of missing a shot. Once you realize, like, misses are part of the game and it's going to happen, and you no longer are worried about breaking a shot or airballing a shot, because at the end of the day, it's still just another 0 for 1 when you miss a shot, whether it's a brick or airball, right? What's going to be able to keep keep that mental fortitude is you understand the amount of work you put in before. So you being scared to shoot probably is also telling me that you haven't worked out enough to the point where you could trust your own shot. You can't shoot with confidence because you haven't got the reps in. It is what it is. Can we start? Yeah, we about to start in a second. There's no more questions. Where did you watch the match? YouTube TV. YouTube TV. MJ is the greatest scorer. That's wait, what's Cap? Or you said, he said KD is the greatest scorer. That's an argument for y'all, bro. If y'all want to go ahead and handle that in the chat, I'm gonna start this breakdown. How do you know when to cut? I got 2 clips of telling you when exactly to cut in this breakdown. I just got started. I just gotta hit space bar. You know what I'm saying? It's just get busy. But I got 2 clips in here that's gonna tell you when to cut, particularly from the weak side. So let's start with this though. Let's start with the first play of the game. This is let me even just start here, right? Stephen Curry, even to this day, he's one of the greatest point guards. But he still has some of those times where you see that high school level of habits and behaviors. And that's the part about it that I do like. Where you see somebody who's just like, oh, he's human. We all make the same mistake. Like, especially in high school, right? How many times in high school have you seen someone make this type of mistake as a passer? Where they turn the ball over, and not just that, but they hang their head and like, oh, shit. And this is the first possession of the game, right? And this just also shows the humility of basketball players. Like, they're humans at the end of the day. But what's going to happen after this is that although he's going to be like, hang his head, I turn the ball over first play, they end up getting a 2 to start the game off. He's not going to worry about it so much and get in his head and tell himself, oh, you suck, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not a good player, or, oh, you shouldn't be. Like, he's not going to tell himself all this negative stuff. He's just going to keep playing this game because he knows the work that he's put in. And he knows the mistake that he made, and he's going to go and adjust to it. In a situation like this, how do you adjust to this? Like, what did he go wrong? Anytime you have a teammate who's running up to the ball and you have a defender who's also running with them up as they get the ball, a pass this weak is not going to cut it. You can't throw a pass that soft. You have to match the speed, the power, and the intensity of the pass also with that of the player who's running. Like, you have to get it there quickly. The more time that the ball is in the air, the more room that there's going to be for the player or for the defender to be able to jump that lane. So you got to get the ball there quick. And then even on Drew's part, he low-key did cut himself off short, right? He could have kept on being the ball, but he did stop short. Regardless, if the ball got there quicker, it's right there in Drew's hands. And now I want to talk about a different thing, right? I want to talk about a concept, particularly on Steve Kerr's part, right? On Steve Kerr's part. So since Team USA has been having Bron at the point, you're going to see him oftentimes around the wings and at the top of the key. But this is where it could go wrong, right? You see Steph right there give the ball to Drew. Bron exchanges with Steph. Now you got Steph in the corner. You got Bron on this wing. And you have D-Book coming off this handoff on the other side, empty corner, right? And now with Bron being right there on the wing, the opportunities you had to score are not as great as if you had Steph where Bron was. Because understand what would have happened, right? I want you to understand what would have happened. If you keep Steph right here at this wing, you don't exchange Bron and Curry. What would be when D-Book comes here off this handoff, and now he has Jokic on him, is now Steph's defender is not gonna go and help in on the nail, right? So when D-Book takes his dribble here, he has more time to preserve that dribble, and he could actually get into the middle of the floor because Steph's defender would be attached to him because he's Stephen Curry, right? And so what would happen then? You have Bron in this corner. You have Drew Holiday on this block. Now, Drew Holiday's defender would go and help over to Embiid, and Bron's defender will now go step over and take away Holiday, which means that since D-Book could get through the middle of the floor, like I just told you before, because Stephen Curry's man will not help in, he'll be able to get here, kick the ball to Bron in the corner, and guess who's on the wing and guess who has no man? Bron has no man because his man was helping on Holiday, and he could turn and hand off like he's Draymond Green in the Golden State offense. And now Steph ends up getting a 3 here from this corner, and if not, 2 jump out because the rotation player comes back for Bron, and then he slips, and then now he's able to get here, and you created another advantage. But it just all boils down to putting the right people in the right spots at the right time. And so if you have Steph play up higher, it's going to open up a lot of lanes to get the ball into the paint. And this is just another situation where it's a similar thing, where you have Braun playing high and you have Steph playing in the corner, right? Where the ball gets reversed, we get into a handoff. And when Braun gets his handoff, they're going under, right? They don't even really want to fight over. So at this point, you're not really creating an advantage. Whereas, say Stephen Curry was the one to get this reversal and get into handoff, you got one chasing over, you got Jokic showing high, you got this pull in from this corner, and now you have a lot of offense right there off of creating that advantage, right? Loki should put me in one of them white collar t-shirts over here to help out with little shit like this, so you don't have so many close buckets and close games early on. But regardless, though, what ends up happening is that they'll even get their bucket. Drew Holiday right here with the charge. And now, a little slow start for Team USA. May have got a little routed early, but if you make those adjustments like that, ain't no need to worry about creating quality looks early on in games. I don't like Steve Kerr. What do you think? Steve Kerr has some, Steve Kerr has been, at least in the game that I've seen, this one and other ones, good with ATOs, and he really does know how to use Braun and Steph when it comes to certain actions and use that gravity. Like, you see a number of times, like, he's putting them in the right spots, but all for me to say as well, Eric Spoelstra probably can know how to do the same thing. I would have put Eric Spoelstra in that head coaching chair if you ask me. I would have put Eric Spoelstra there. Declaring like the question time, yeah, I like to do that early on in the stream just so in case anybody got personal questions they want to come down to hooping. I just came from a shooting workout. Hopefully the shooting workout did good though. Hopefully it was locked in. But now I want to talk about another thing, habits. Just a couple of plays about habits. So, playing with Team USA, Drew Holiday is going to take a shot as to which it seems like he's with the Boston Celtics. That's not a great shot. 19 on the clock. You got to kill those habits of pulling these type of shots because the quality you could get by using the players around you will get you a much better look, right? And now on the other side, right, you have Jokic. And now this is at all times with Jokic. It's not even just Olympics. Any team you go against that has Jokic, right? So for anybody that's guarding Jokic's teammates, you can't do two things. One, top guard, and two, be up the lane, especially when you have no help. And so with Steph guarding Jokic's teammate over here on his wing, he's playing up the line, right? He's playing in this passing lane. And so all it takes for Jokic's teammate to get open is literally just a sprint out because Steph has no help on this weak side, right? He has no help. So he's got to make sure at all times, especially depending on the spacing of the floor, I'm just between my man and the rim. I'm not trying to play and trying to get a steal because it's not often you're going to steal a Jokic pass or steal the ball from his hand. Right, it's not often. The best chance you have is maybe a handoff and blowing it up, right? But that only happens if you do stay between your man and the rim. And so if you try to get any sort of steal against him, you're going to get burned. You're going to get burned. And I want to talk about this with Steph too. This is a tough shot. And I think a lot of people get the concept of tough shots confused. So I want y'all to also understand this. Let me speed this up for a second. So, notice this. He said, MJ to go. Look at Pat's hoodie. Hey, bro, this is just a hoodie, bro. Chill. This is just a hoodie. It's just a hoodie. It don't mean nothing. What he does rep out, though, so he could hit those shots. Let me show you for a second. Let me speed this. Let me slow this down right quick. Is that he's not going to try to. Let me go back one more time. Let me guide you through the entire play, right? He's not going to try to catch the ball from the top, take one dribble in, see two defenders, go out to the three-point line and shoot that. He works on just this right here. The footwork. The hop going to the right, the hop going to the left. The left, right going to the right left going to the left, the right, left going to the right, the left, right going to the left. He works on his ability to find balance in his footwork regardless of the scenarios, right? It's just about the different planes of movement and the direction you're going. So depending on the situation he gets himself in, he can knock down that shot. He's not working on all the crazy things you can't predict before you take a shot. He just works on what he knows he may get himself into, which is the footwork, right? So on a shot like this, It's just the balance that he's been able to work on to knock down this shot. He's moving to the right side off the dribble, a step, a hop into a shot. He's got that balance down pat because he knows he's going to get there, but he doesn't know how he's going to get there, and that's where you let yourself go, and that's where you got to get into a flow. And so now he's actually able to knock down this shot from the wing. May seem crazy, may seem stupid tough, but the amount of reps he's put in, that's just another shot for Stephen Curry. Hey, no problem when it comes to that breakdown field. If y'all not in the Discord, if y'all not in the school community, make sure you go in the description, you join them. Make sure you go ahead and join them. And now here, let's talk about Jrue Holiday. Let's talk about Jrue Holiday as well. These are cuts, right? These little cuts are as tough as tough buckets, right? Y'all got to understand this. So when it comes down to tough buckets and basic buckets are just as tough buckets because the way as to which you got to get them is mentally and not just physically and skill. And so it requires you to study the game, improve your IQ so you know what plays to make in a game of basketball that is so sped up oftentimes to many players. And so in situations like this, right, Bron got the ball on the right side and again to his pick and roll with AD. Watch what Jrue Holiday is going to do, right? Watch what he's going to do. When you have both of these defenders over here stacked up, over here to help, playing the paint, pack the paint, Jrue Holiday decided to go and cut. And understand where he cut from and the reason Jrue Holiday has to be that cutter, right? Understand. Because if it's the same situation and D Book said, all right, I'm going to go ahead and be the one to cut, it's not going to be as effective because 30 won't know that D Book cut. It'll only be D Book's man that knows that. But if Holiday cuts, he'll get the attention of his man, which is 30, and the bottom man down here who will also step in because he knows that Jrue Holiday's primary defender, his teammate, did not see his cut. So they're both going to step in. If D Book cut, only one person is going to stay there. So that cut from the wing is the most important thing. And so now D Book gets the open three because Jrue Holiday made the right play. Easy bucket, really tough because of IQ. And now you're going to see this a lot throughout this video. All these easy buckets, and you're going to gain the IQ to learn how could I be able to just to get these easy twos where physically I'm not working, but mentally I'm working the whole time. I'm thinking the whole time, and I know what gaps to get into and what gaps to attack. There's going to be a lot of easy buckets we're going to break down. A lot of these easy ones. And this is low-key another one of those, right? So you got this errant pass right here by Bron, right? But D Book's not going to give up on the play. Jokic was running the opposite way, boom, back tap, let me get that steal. But I want you to understand the spacing after the steal. And the ball gets thrown to Jrue Holiday. You got 4 players who are practically all on the left side of the floor. So on D Book's part, it'll just be dumb for him to stand in the same spot as to which you just threw the ball from because the spacing is horrible. And now just seeing the right side, you also know as Jrue drives, okay, there's nobody on that side. Let me fill it in. That's relocation, right? It's a shot as to which even you got to watch what Steph did as well. I forgot to even mention this. I forgot to mention this when it comes to this play. In this weak side, look what Steph does, right? He just points away. He sends Jrue, all right, do not pass the ball here. Look at the top of the key, and he makes Drew's read even easier as he goes and as he attacks into the paint, right? Because he knows, all right, I'm not going to be able to get the shot if he throws it here. We need to get it directly to where the ball will be in rotation and to whoever is open so the defense may be in rotation. And so now what ends up happening, Jrue is now pointed to the top, throws us to D Book. He relocates to where there is space, and he gets an open three, right? Thinking the game, making the game easier. And now Ant. These 2 plays from Ant. These 2 plays, not 2 plays from Ant. 1 play from Ant, another play from Bron on the other end. So we all hear about functional strength in basketball, but this is what it looks like defensively. Watch Ant. He chases Bogdanovich over the screen, right? Behind the play, out of legal guard and position. Watch what happens on his way to the rim, though. You see the bump right there, still in the sprint, and he gets up and gets that block. Your ability to stay strong while moving is the key to being functionally strong in basketball. Ant was able to being able to absorb contact while moving. which is why all of y'all doing that basic stationary squat, bench press, tricep dips and stuff like that is not really going to translate much to basketball to an extent. Once you've already built a good foundation of strength by doing some of those things, all right, it may help you a little bit because you got that good foundation. You got a good layer of strength. That's your base layer. But if you want to take things to the next level and get basketball strong, you have to learn how to be strong in dynamic movements and not stationary movements, right? You got to learn how to be able to be strong in an open chain, not just a closed chain. So when you begin to make that switch to your workouts and begin to work focusing on dynamic movements with strength, incorporating lower body and upper body, then you may be able to translate to situations like that where you're driving, get bumped, you don't feel it, lay. Defense, you're out of position, you need to try to get back in front. Boom, you get bumped, you absorb it, could get up and contest the shot. It's those little things, man. Some little things I'm trying to tell you. And once I start posting these workout videos, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Let me see. Would eating the right foods to gain weight be okay? No, you got to do both. You can't try to skip the process. Like, you can't try to say, oh, I'm gonna eat the right foods but not lift. You need to break the muscle down, and then you need the food to then get there and bring the right nutrients in to build the muscle back up properly. If you just eat the right foods and don't lift, and say you don't even work out at all, you'll get fat. You'll just get fat. You'll put on excess weight. Now, eating the right foods is good regardless, right? So say if you're doing skills workouts and you're eating right, but you're not lifting, you're not going to put on weight. You need to break the muscle down so you can build it back stronger. Oh yeah, Discord. Yeah, Discord. Yeah, just send your film in the Your Film channel. Send it in the Your Film channel. Gain the wrong kind of weight? Nah, I wouldn't say so necessarily. If you're still doing your cardio, still doing your skills workouts and stuff, you probably wouldn't gain weight really. Do you think they should add off-ball assists like the Drew Holiday cut? They should have something that tracks that, but a lot of people won't give it credit, but the real hoop heads will give it credit. Because they know how really of an unselfish player you are when it comes down to just playing the game. So I think it should be tracked some way. Like those little assists that one player made a play and you're not even going to take account for it. Like screen assist, essentially a screen assist, off-ball assist, like you said, something of that nature. To be strong while moving, it's just dynamic movement. It's dynamic.